Hello guys, Dodie here, and I've been getting a couple of PMs, and they have been asking about like what PCs after my commentary, like how to build a PC and like what parts they should get. And however, I'm not saying that you should go to CyberPower. It's just this is the easiest way to see a big list of the parts. But if you want, you can order from CyberPower. I mean, their prices are pretty competitive, but you would always save money, most likely, if you bought parts from different places and searched around and then built it yourself. You'd save a little bit. And so basically, I'm going to show you guys a sub $1,000 to $1,000, because that's usually like the main price range. That was my X5. That is the main price range for somebody getting into PC gaming or wants a new PC. And then later on, I might, if you guys want me to, I mean, if there's people actually needing it, I will do the $1,500 range desktops that are pretty much monsters. And I'm personally into AMD, and you can always, change that to Intel if you want. There's comparable Intels. I mean, if I'm going to do AMD, and if people want Intel instead, I can always go back and redo Intel. But one thing I do have to say about AMD is that there is a thing called Bulldozer coming out, and it's the FX series from ATI and AMD. Well, not ATI anymore, but AMD bought out ATI, by the way. But AMD is coming out with a thing called a Bulldozer processor in a month and a half to 2 months. And it's going to be competitively priced, but you will need a different kind of motherboard, so it's a little special. It's called an AM3 Plus, and they will be in between the 2600K i7 and the 990X. But it will be only $500 to upgrade from my current one. So, and that's still less than the 990X, which is, if you guys don't know, it is actually $1,000 by itself. So enough rambling, I'm going to get on to this. I'm going to click AMD Desktops, CyberPowerPC.com. First, we are going to choose, the cheapest one, and we're going to customize. Cases, okay, cases is basically all you see. I'm biased to the Cooler Master brand. They get the best performance, and as long as you get a half, you will be set. I have the half 922 actually. Colors, ew, just get the black. But this is a great case. High airflow is what half means, and it's awesome. I definitely will give a thumbs up on any Cooler Master. And you can choose any of these depending on your price range. I mean, if you have more money to spend, obviously go for the case you really want, and it's just up to you at that point. These internal USB extensions you do not really need. You have enough USB ports on the back. These are just lights, and it's not really worth it unless, you're big ballin', you know what I'm saying? The maximum case fans for only $9 is worth it. Get as many fans as your case can fit. This one, actually I'm going to go for the 922. If you're really on a budget, get this one. But if you really have a little bit more, then go for that one. Where is the half 922? Half X. There isn't one. Well, whatever. We'll just go with that one. Okay, and then next, you don't need any of these anti-vibration. Your computer does not make like banging noises, so that's really not worth it. And for this, you might want to go for the quad core, the 965. It's, as long as it's black edition, it can be overclocked. It has an unclocked core multiplier, which means it will be overclockable. Actually, the AMD stock cooling is freaking loud. I'm surprised you guys can't even hear it. I have it right now. It's super loud. And if you can get any of these coolers besides this, then you're fine. This is an actual liquid cooling system with a 120mm case or radiator and fan. If you can go with Corsair or anything like that, then you will be set. Corsair liquid cooling, by the way. The motherboard, usually the motherboard that they give you will be easy. But, if you do want to upgrade, you can. Some of them have USB 3.0, which just came out, SATA 3, and the AM3 Plus socket, so you will be able to, you can still use the same processor, but you will be able to upgrade later. But I am going to keep the one that it came with. For RAM, 4 gigs will run most everything, but I'm going to upgrade it to 8 just because, why not? I mean, you can always use more RAM, like that's not even a joke. The graphics card, the 6770 will get you great results whenever you're going and gaming, but if you really want to stay a step ahead, and this is where it counts, this will be it. The 2 GB will be sick for you. Don't need any of that, don't need any of that, don't need a physics card, you're all good. And now it's the power supply. You always want to go over than what they say. If you look here, it says 700 watt, you want to go for at least an 800, by the way. Just go for one of those, and you'll have a 1 terabyte hard drive, SATA 3, 6 gigabytes per second, which is amazing because of SATA 3. You don't need an SSD because you're just getting into gaming, but SSDs would help you later on. And if I do get requests to make the higher and more expensive series, like more expensive computers, I will. But for right now, we're not going to get an SSD. I don't even have an SSD right now. I'd love to, but I don't. And this cooling, hard drive cooling, your hard drive never gets hot, by the way. Well, can't say that. Your hard drive will most likely not get hot and overheat. If it does, your computer will actually shut off. USB flash drive, that's whatever. This is just your optical drive, nothing special unless you want to get Blu-ray, but Blu-ray is expensive, so I'm going to wait until it gets down a little bit, and then I'll buy it. And just get the black, it'll mesh with your case better. Unless you have a silver case or a color case, then you're good. And sound, onboard is good for right now. You can always upgrade later, and you'll always be able to go up. It's just one of those things that you don't need it to start, but it helps you later. You know what I'm saying? You don't have 3D glasses because you don't have 3D surround. I'm guessing you already have a monitor. If you don't, then this will be overpriced at over 1,000. But if you want, you can go with this 22-inch VSonic. It'll put you over 200 bucks. But if you don't have a monitor, I'm guessing all of you do because you're upgrading or thinking about getting a new PC, then that's something. Subwoofer and stereo speakers, that's pretty obvious, unless you already have speakers. Keyboard, you can save a few bucks. You can save a few bucks here. It really doesn't matter. You can go all out and get these super awesome mice. I have a SteelSeries I. I'm in love with it. It was pretty expensive. It was like 95 bucks. Mouse pads, you can go with this. I actually use a Razer Vespula, this one. And actually I don't really like it. I'm going to try to get the 4HD or the 9HD by SteelSeries. Gaming gear, this is all like joysticks and things like that. Thermal displays, these are like the screens that you saw. It shows like your temperatures. Basically that is all you really need. This even includes a 12-in-1 media reader and writer, which is really cool. It can like SD cards and all those cool things. Headset, none, because you'll have the speakers in case if you really want one, or if you don't have one already, you can. And that is basically it. You're going to want operating system, so I'm gonna say Yarg. That's pretty bad, pirate. But pirate, wink wink, pirate, wink wink, pirate, wink wink, pirate, wink wink. And if again you want that, get the 64-bit, no doubt. This is going over a little bit, so I guess I'm over at 1300. Again, take off, if you really don't want to go over that much, take off the 8 gigs of RAM, because you will be able to run everything at 4. I just put 8 because I like to multitask a lot. And that's about it. Wink wink, you can get this too pirated. No big deal. Office Suite. And that's about it. You're paying a couple bucks for their support and all that. But again, if you buy these parts separately and build it yourself, you will save money. So think about this as like, and you can find them on sales. If you don't know, there is a thing called Shell Shockers. I'll put a link to it in the description. But every day, Newegg refreshes this, and at different times they'll come up with different deals. So you know it's really awesome. And if you look, there's actually a couple of really good deals every once in a while. Like this is a combo that just came up, 1 terabyte. Oops, 1 terabyte quad core. I don't think it's kind of black. It's kind of a boring case, but you know you can always upgrade that. 8 gigs of RAM, a quad core with 1 terabyte hard drive, with no graphics card though. That's the big thing. And you're only paying $280 for it. I mean it's pretty good for what it is, and you can upgrade that later on. So you know these things always come up. It's just you might have to get a graphics card if you want to do any gaming on it, but it's always things you can always get later. So that is basically it for the lower priced one. And also guys, if you get these things on sale, you can definitely save money. Like the monitor, I'm guessing most of you have it, so I can subtract that and we'd be on budget. But if you don't, then you need to think about that when you are making your purchase. Maybe not go so heavy on the case, and maybe get a more basic case but with great airflow, you know. So these are just things that you can do to make your PC gaming cheaper. But keep in mind what I said about the commentary is you can get into PC gaming cheap, but it won't be super cheap because it will not just be a console. So keep that in mind, is that you're not buying a console that's just for gaming. You're also buying something that will help with schoolwork, work, gaming, social networking, editing, everything. Like a PC is everything. And with that 8 gigs of RAM, you can do everything. And that's about it, guys. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Oh, if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I love getting feedback. If you guys want me to do that more expensive one, I can go all out, like balls to the wall at the end. I can like go up in price. If you guys want me to, just leave feedback. I love feedback. I love comments. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.